Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen. So we are at 24H poker and we are playing Blaze poker at NL10 tonight. So yeah, we're gonna play 2 tables and let's see how it goes. I've been playing for 10 minutes now, I think, and already got won a few pots. So yeah, it's nice. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put him all in because he has a lot of full house combos. He's gonna pay the rest of his stack with it. So yeah, first off, starting with quads. It's not always nice. So yeah, I'm Zanfess, in case someone doesn't know, and I've already done 1 English coaching for Poker iMania, and this is the 2nd one. And the purpose of this coaching is pretty much to showcase the new site that Poker iMania is offering through our site. So yeah, 24H poker, part of the micro gaming network, and it's not that huge, but it's the software is nice, and the players are fairly weak, so at least I've enjoyed it pretty much. And really good promotions, like you see here, this football promotion thing, which basically is a thing where you have to win 20 pots, so 20 raked pots, and after you win those, you get into a bonus game, which lets you shoot a soccer ball and try to get a goal. And through that game you can win from 0 to 100 euros. So it's really nice. It's extra rakeback basically. And playing NL10, it's even if you win only €1, it's still 10 big blinds, so it's really nice. And also you get 30% rakeback, which is really nice. And the good thing about it is that you can get the rakeback instantly after every session, so you don't have to wait for a month or whatever. You get it after every session. You get the rakeback you want, or you can of course save the points if you wish, but especially if you're trying to climb up the stakes, it's really nice to get the rakeback after every session. And on top of that, you get the first deposit bonus, which is up to 1,000 euros. So if you deposit 500 euros, you get the full bonus of 1,000, which of course you have to grind out, but it's still extra money on top of the rakeback. Ooh, raised a bit too much because he doesn't have that much left, but yeah, of course we're gonna go all in. It's a small coin flip and he's gonna win. So yeah, I've been playing for a few weeks now on 24H poker, and I really like the site. First, when I opened the site, it was pretty pretty confusing, full of stuff. The tables were full of like adverts or whatever, casino game buttons and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna raise here, and I'm not gonna fold anymore. So we have a straight open-ender straight draw and the nut flush draw. Yeah, he probably has like 2 pair at least, but still I'm gonna go all in. Oh, he flopped us straight. Well, here we got an open-ender as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and call with jacks here. And he goes ahead and shoves, so I'm not gonna call this. Only 30 cents on the pot. But yeah, you can about those casino buttons and everything, you had like a little achievement chips next to every player here, or the avatar. But yeah, the software lets you like edit a little bit, so you can get rid of the extra stuff and make the software look a bit nicer. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and check here. And good evening to Kuberi. I have no idea how hard this software is for your computer. So if you have like an older setup, then I don't know if this like eats all your resources, but at least I think it doesn't, because it's really like simple and smooth in my opinion. I have a pretty high-end computer, I think, so I don't have any problems with any softwares, but yeah, I think this will run even on some older computers. Okay, Dea is having some problems with Chrome with Justin TV, but the other browsers are working fine. That's weird. So if someone is listening and having problems with Chrome, then you're not the only one. Here we flopped a flush draw, and he goes ahead and pots this. I think I'm gonna raise it up. I think calling is fine as well, because we're pretty deep, and if we hit the flush, then we're gonna get like a lot of value, I think. So he just calls, and now we hit the 4. I think I'm gonna go ahead and check call unless he bets something really big, which he doesn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually I think I'm gonna pot this to make it look like a missed flush draw, and he calls, so we got a really nice pot. Yeah, I've started using like the pot button in those spots where I represent a lot of missed draws, but I really have a strong showdown value hand, so I think I really often I go ahead and just pot, because it looks a bit more like a bluff, like I missed it and missed the flush or something, and I'm trying to bluff the pot. And people like to really call with really like weak showdown value hands against those bets. Kuberi asks if the Blazing Cannon promo is same for all limits. Actually, I'm not sure, because there's no other limit in Blaze Poker that runs like really often. So like NL10 is running all the time, so even when I wake up and if I well usually when I start playing at 10 AM in the morning, which is in Finnish time, so it's like 8 AM GMT, and already there's like 40 players playing, and more than often they're really like bad players as well in the morning. And in the evenings, like right now there's 170 players, which is really nice. The pool is really large. Of course, it doesn't compare with PokerStars Zoom or anything like that, but still very nice pool of players. But 0 players in NL20 or 50, so I haven't had the chance to play those limits in Blaze Poker yet. I'll try to play them. But yeah, it's obvious that if the promotion and the winnings from the promotion are exactly the same in other limits as well, then the best value for the promotion is obviously in NL10. Oh, sorry, webcam is going crazy for some reason. My soon-to-be wife decided to clean all the windows from inside out today, so she ripped those curtains and everything from the window, so there's like this open window right here next to me, so I think that's the reason it's flickering a little bit, the image. I'm sorry about that. I don't think I can do anything about it right now. I don't know if the rake is higher in lower limits. I think it is, probably is, because usually it is. But yeah, basically the best value is on NL10, and NL10 is the smallest stake running Blaze Poker. And here we go. We got the 20 hands, and it's time to kick the ball. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we missed, we hit a bird or something. So yeah, we didn't win anything. And that happens I think around like 80% of the time or something like that. So one in 5 tries you win something, I think, or at least I've had that sort of percentage. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just keep betting here. 85 cents is nice. And he just calls, and we don't get our open ender. So yeah, I might as well try and bluff this pot. So he has a lot of weak showdown value hands, like bad 9, which is like the best hand he might have, like a 9-10 or something like that. And he might call, but basically a lot of hands he's gonna fold when I just put in the third barrel. So he's gonna fold every 8, well, if he has like a pair of 6s or something like that, he's gonna fold. And of course he has draws as well in his range. So so basically, like ace 9 might call, king 9 might call, 10-9 would be like borderline, might call, might fold, and a huge pile of hands which are going to fold when I put the third barrel. Yeah, well, in my wifey's defense, the windows were kind of dirty. I don't think we've lived here for 4 years now. I think 4 years, yeah. And we never washed the windows, and I don't think the previous owners washed the windows either. So it might be like 10 years. And now that it's really sunny here in Finland, been really sunny for a couple of days now, so the dirt in the windows is really like visible. So yeah, I think I think my wifey kind of got fed up, just started cleaning. I'm gonna isolate this guy limping here. Oh, also I forgot to tell you that this broadcast has a little delay, so just in case someone watching is also playing, I know few guys have started playing through Poker iMania in 24H Poker and might be watching. I know at least one guy is playing the same limits as well. So actually I'm just gonna go ahead and call. So yeah, I just put a little delay on this broadcast just in case. He checks back, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start betting here. Actually, 30 cents is nice. Pot, I'm not gonna call a pot-sized bet. Actually, I'm gonna try if I close the lights, if it's going to help. One moment. There we go, much better. So yeah, it had something to do with the light on the roof or the ceiling. It wasn't flickering inside here, but for some reason the webcam did the flickering. Yeah, it's better now. Actually, I think I have never washed windows in my life either. But I do help around cleaning the house every now and then. So I don't leave all the cleaning to the ladies. But yeah, window washing is a pretty like rare occasion anyways. Yeah, about that private coaching thingy, I had to promote that as much as possible, because next Tuesday, 1 week from now, which would be the 15th of July, at the same time, 9 o'clock in the evening, I'm gonna have this same coaching, but there's a slot open for a private coaching, so well, public private coaching. So if any of you watching would like to get coached by me for small stakes, no limit hold'em poker, then there's a thread in the forums which Deja linked in the chat, so you can apply for free coaching. It's completely free. It's for 2 hours, and all you need is microphone, and it's gonna be a private coaching, which means that well, you're gonna be talking with me in English, and basically we're gonna go through your maybe a video or some hands from the reviewer or replayer, or just stats or whatever you think is necessary. But we're gonna stream it live, so everyone will see it. But yeah, it's completely free for the one participating. So basically you have to have like 2 hours of time and a microphone, and you have to be able to speak English. I think I'm gonna, well, it's a bit borderline, but I think I'm gonna call this. Yeah, it's a coin flip. It's a second small coin flip today, but luckily it's both been like a few euros deep, just like 2 euros and 1.5 euros deep. So we've lost small coin flips. It's time to win the big ones. Api asks if there's any NL20 tables. There are a lot of normal tables available, but not Blaze Poker. And this coaching is about Blaze Poker, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play this NL10 Blaze. But you should stay tuned, because I have played normal tables as well in these coachings, and I intend to play them in the future as well. So I think 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago or something, I played NL20 normal tables as well as NL10 normal tables. So check that out from the YouTube channel if you haven't. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that gets us more visibility, and share our videos and like them and whatnot. So everything helps us grow bigger as a poker site. P asks if that in that K5 hand or King 5 hand, which I think I was at the button. So yeah, if it's okay to check back the flop and call turn. So yeah, it's fine because we have like a weak showdown value hand. So basically we don't have to like c-bet that, so it's fine to check back as well. And I do that a lot actually. I don't know why, I just felt like c-betting. This guy c-betted for really like less than half the pot, I think, and now he's betting really big on the turn. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and call. We got the open ender as well. Not a good river card, but yeah, he had kings. Small pot. Someone asks if there's PLO Blaze tables, so I'm gonna check that out. Omaha. No, there's no Omaha, I'm sorry. Normal tables though, but no Blaze poker. I'm gonna go ahead and call this. Problem with calling is that it's pretty easy for him to start barreling, and I'm gonna eventually have to fold because he knows that I rarely have like ace king in my hand. So if he has, well, whatever he has, he can basically barrel me down, and I'm gonna have to end up folding like nines and tens and jacks and stuff like that. Wow, we already won 8 pots, raked pots, so we're well on our way to our second bonus game. Also, I haven't noticed anyone asking, but the HUD is not working in Blaze Poker, because for some reason Blaze Poker doesn't write hand histories unless the hand goes to showdown. So so yeah, no HUD is going to work here, but that goes for everyone. So everyone is playing blind, kind of. So while playing Blaze Poker, it's really important to make notes and mark fish enemies and stuff like that. A P asks why I didn't c-bet with Queen 10. I think I just was talking about something else and didn't think about it at all. So yeah, that might happen while talking about. He just 3-bets so small that I have to call. So yeah, while talking about something else, I might just go into autopilot, sort of, and just play kind of bad. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, of course we could or should have c-bet it. We get the open-ender backdoor flush draw, so yeah, half the pot I'm gonna call. But the board pairs, and if he keeps barreling, then I think I'm gonna have to fold here. But he just checks back, and I think he would have barreled with any ace, so I think there's a opportunity here for a little bluff. And I purposefully like I like to bet big there as well, because if I had the ace I would bet big as well. It's a really small squeeze, so I'm gonna go ahead and call. Maybe Layla HD will come aboard, yeah. And then over the pot, so easy fold. So yeah, check that thread out, the one that Daya linked, and feel free to apply for the next Tuesday. It's a nice value for any micro stakes players. Actually we hit the 10. We're 3 ways, so I'm gonna fold. I think someone asked about the player pool at some point, so I think there's a lot of weak players. One thing I've noticed is that for some reason in the micro gaming network there's a lot of players who shove pre-flop, even if they're like 80 big blinds deep. They might shove pre-flop as a 3-bet if they have like a hand like 7s or 8s or a pair of 9s. So someone raises for like 30 cents and they just shove to 5 euros. And every time I've had a hand that I could like call that shove from the player, I find that they have like a lot of middle pairs like 7s, 8s or 9s or 10s, maybe jacks, sometimes also like ace king offsuit or something like that. So they don't want to go and play post flop because their hands are like vulnerable in post flop situations. They might not hit with the ace king, or they might get a lot of overcards for their pair of 8s, and they don't know what to do, so they just ship it in pre-flop, and it's easy money for us when we have a hand we can call with. 4-way action, and he c-bets, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fold the 8s. I don't like this flop, but I think I'm gonna just c-bet it small. It's suited, so I'm gonna open. Just gonna fold. Kind of flop, I think, hits the big blind caller a lot more than the person's dealing. Overcards and not flush draw, so yeah. Yeah, well, Api asks my opinion about opening big or doing like big bets with good hands pre-flop and post-flop, and then small bets with weak hands, which is a thing that I like to avoid, because it doesn't have to be like a really smart player to notice it. So yeah, I don't like to I don't like to have that kind of bet size tells. And there's like a lot of people or regulars here, which I notice immediately. For example, Johnny Raketa has played here for a few weeks as well. Every time I play, he's here. And that 4-bet cold guy who was here just a moment ago in some table has been playing with me a lot. So they're gonna notice if I'm gonna start or if I use a lot of like that kind of bet size tells. But yeah, if you want to try it, then I think Place Poker is the place to do it, because there's a lot of random fish here as well, and yeah, people might just click buttons and not notice stuff like that. But if you start playing higher levels like or limits like NL50, then I would advise to stop using those bet size tells or giving tells about yourself. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just bet really small here. So he has some draws in his range and maybe like king queen, so we lose value against king queen, but against draws or like really poor hands, then we get paid off. Like, oh yeah, he had king 8, so I think he was a fish. Jenny, no fish. Just go ahead and mark him as a fish, or her. Isolate there. So yeah, I don't know if she would have called if I had like bet 3.5 euros. Maybe she would have. Ooh, this guy has a really small stack. So actually I think I'm gonna have to call this. Overcards. If they're both live, and they are. Yeah, that was my mistake. I didn't notice that he had like 1 euro left when I did the c-bet. Pair of 4s, and again this guy has like 1.5 euros, so I don't think I'm gonna c-bet here. Just gonna check back. 10 cents is really nice. I'm gonna call that. That's not a nice card for us, so I'm gonna fold. Only thing we can beat there is like pair of deuces, I think. A lot of small pairs now coming up. Dry board. If I had like ace queen, I might just check call here, but seeing as I have king queen, I'm gonna see bet. And here I'm just gonna go ahead and raise. So board pairs. Just gonna check. Again, if I had like ace queen, I might just go ahead and check call, because he doesn't have that many tens in his range, especially now that the board pairs. He might have like an 8 or something like that, or 9s or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna fold my king high. About those bet sizes, I do use a lot of like really big bets when I'm playing normal tables and I have like the HUD working. So if I notice that there's a guy who likes to limp a lot and never folds after limping, so if he like limps and I have aces, I might just raise to like 6 big blinds or 7 big blinds or even more, like 10 big blinds. Because yeah, he has a hand which he wants to see the flop with, so just gonna make him pay for that with aces or any good hand. So yeah, I do use those like against the real fishy players who have no idea what they're doing. They're just looking at their hand, which looks pretty, and trying to see a lot of boards. This board is not looking good at all, so I'm gonna just check behind. So yeah, I do exploit those fish type of players, but against regulars I wouldn't advise doing so. And small limits. Well, actually, even playing NL 100, if there's like a really fishy player on the table which every other player is trying to win money from, then if the fish limps and you have a really strong hand, then by all means just go for it. Missed that c-bet. Then it doesn't really matter, because if the fish limps and you isolate the fish with like 10 big blinds, every regular on the table is gonna know that you have a really big hand now and they're gonna stay away, but that doesn't really matter because it's the fish you're trying to like exploit and get his money. So I think everyone in the table is rushing to get the fish's money, so if you, by isolating him big and creating a big pot from the pre-flop, starting from the pre-flop, then and if that makes you get the fish's money, then it's fine by me. hot here. Yeah, you could have, or I could have bet that river, of course, but I don't mind checking back either, because he might have like the low end straight and had like four cards to straight in the table, I think. So yeah, I don't mind just checking behind. Of course, a lot of people would bet the river or donk the river if they had the straight. Two smaller stacks, but I think I'm gonna fold here, and I'm gonna check behind here. No, I'm just gonna fold. Let's do c-bet. I think I'm gonna just raise here. I like to flat a lot against these min raises, even with ace hands, but I think I would flat here like 80% of the time, but then again, sometimes I just like to raise as well. Just to kind of balance out, well, I might as well flat here. Balance out my raising range to not include only nuts. Kind of a big c-bet in a try board like that. Just gonna go ahead and fold. If he had like put like normal, like half the pot, then I might have floated and maybe raised the turn. And now that the button raises to 3x, then now I like to raise myself a lot, because now we win more and we can represent a lot of hands post flop. Not a good flop for us, but I'm gonna c-bet it anyways. Because if the turn is an ace, for example, then we can barrel it and get it down really often. But the turn is blank, and I think I'm gonna have to just let this one go. This guy checked twice, so I don't think he has anything, or he might have like jacks or tens that beat me. But I'm gonna start betting here. So Api has played Blaze Poker NL10 and NL20 7 months ago. So that means 7 months ago there has been NL20 Blaze Poker running. It's interesting. Also this football or whatever the promotion Canon, Blaze Canon thing is called, I think it brings extra value as well, because might cause a few players, like weaker players, to chase the bonus play, so they might like limp call a lot of hands, or just go like play worse hands, trying to win more pots to get that counter running and to get to the bonus game. So a lot of people don't realize that kind of a value that a bonus game brings to the tables. They might just go like, yeah, you win like €1 every 5 games and it's bullshit. But really, well, even the €1 is extra money for you, and then on top of that it might cause like fish players to play really bad, trying to win every pot they enter, and that gives you more value. So I really like this promotion. I hope it stays for a long time. Or I think was it this month, the end of this month, that it stops. But I think it's like comes back every now and then for a few months. Also, for someone who's interested in making an account for 24H Poker and start playing here, I made a thread both in English and in Finnish about the startup hassle that I had with the site, with every like casino buttons and stuff that was here that I removed. So I made instructions with pictures and everything on how to remove them. So yeah, if someone wants to start playing here, then I recommend reading through that instruction and doing the same stuff I did, because it really makes your playing experience more comfortable. Tables are really a lot less fuss and nicer to look at. Last week we played Blaze Poker as well in Finnish though, but anyways we had like I think 3 or maybe I think 4 times we had the bonus game, and we won from 1 bonus game and we got €1. But yeah, it's 10 big blinds, so I don't mind. I think it's only possible to win €1, €10 or €100 or nothing. So there's not like any random amounts of €6 to be had. I haven't played. Vikke says that there's been like twice as many players in regular tables last few days than usual in 24H poker. I haven't been playing at all almost because my family is home all the time during their summer break. Wifey has a break from school and my son is not in daycare during the summer, so they're at home all the time, so it's really hard for me to play. And in the evening, because I've spent the whole day with my son and playing with him, going outside, going swimming to the beach and everything, then I'm usually pretty exhausted in the evenings, and I just don't have the energy to start playing and grinding anymore. So usually my evenings go like relaxing and going to sleep, so that I have energy the next day. But that's great news if there's been like twice as many players in normal tables. I don't remember. I think there was like 140 players in Blaze last week when we played, and now there's like 165. So it's really nice. And the best thing about this Blaze poker is that it runs even in the mornings when you wake up. And yeah, whenever I have time to play, it's usually in the morning when my wife takes my son out to play in the yard or to take him to the beach swimming or something, and I can stay inside and start grinding in the morning. And sometimes before, when I played at iPoker, I had some problems getting enough volume done really early in the morning, because there just wasn't enough tables, or like there might be like NL2 or was it NL2 or NL5, I think it was. So there might have been NL5 speed poker, but nobody in NL10 or even NL20, so that this is really nice. That it doesn't matter when I start grinding, if it's early or whatever, but there's always action here at Blaze NL10. Yeah, Deja linked that thread I made about helpful tips starting to play in 24H poker, so check that out. It has pictures and everything, so it's really easy to read and easy to configure your software. For example, there was after installation of this software, there was like this really weird default bet size system or betting system, which for example, if you are in the small blind and you type in the box 30 cents and press enter, then the software bets 35 cents. So it adds the blind you have in front of you, it adds it to the amount you enter in the box or choose from the bet slider. So that was pretty confusing at first, but yeah, you can change it as well. And now I have the setting that whatever I have in front of me, it's gonna bet whatever I write here, so it doesn't add anything else. And of course our YouTube channel, which they are linked as well. It's really helpful if you subscribe to our channel and like our videos and comment our videos and share them through whatever, Twitter or Facebook. So it all helps us grow bigger as a site. I think these guys really want to call. It's a pretty small isolation, so I'm gonna call as well. I think it's gonna be a family pot fairly often. So yeah, we got the cut shots, straight flush draw. And we're gonna call here, try to get this rosy guy come along. And we have our flush. I'm gonna put a pretty big value here, just in case he has like jacks or queens or something like that. And that's the reason why he checked the king turn. Interested to see what he had. He had a pair of sevens, so yeah, he bluff catched me. Or what? Yeah, he had a straight. So yeah. Api asks how are my normal games going and what games I play nowadays. Actually, I don't play that much since it's the summertime, and as I said, yeah, I don't have that much time to play. But actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and barrel this. But actually, I only play here at 24H Poker nowadays, so I play NL20 and I'm trying to clear my first deposit bonus as much as possible, which I think I'm gonna fail horribly because I just don't have that much time to play. And I'm gonna get married next week, and I'm probably gonna go on a little trip somewhere in Finland. So yeah, there's not much playing to be done. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about the tournaments as well, because obviously 24H Poker has tournaments, and yeah, if you prefer tournaments, then there's a lot of tournaments to be played here, and the guaranteed prize pools are really small though, but that doesn't really, or that's not necessarily a bad thing, because usually the player pools are kind of small as well. So there might be like tournaments with with like 75 euros guaranteed, and it costs 3 euros to enter. But so it might seem like a really small tournament, especially if you're used to playing in PokerStars or whatever with huge guaranteed money. But there usually are also, with huge guaranteed money, there's like a huge player pool. There might be like 10,000 players playing the same tournament, so it really adds the variance when you have so many players to beat to get to the really like huge money. So here there's like tournaments running with only 40 players entering, so it's really nice, like a small player pool. The tournaments won't last for ages, and it's a smaller variance. I think I'm gonna pot here. Again, I think he might call my pot sized bet with just the 10 as well, because yeah, as he did, because it seems like I had nothing, so he bluff catched. Again with the goddamn bird. Oh. But yeah, there's like really nice tournaments as well. I've played some of those. I actually was I first or second? I don't remember. It was like a week and a half ago, I think, or a week ago. I played this little tournament. It had a prize pool of 200 euros or 300 euros or something like that. And yeah, I think I won that tournament actually. Yeah, I won that, and I got like 100 euros out of it. And it was really soft. The players were really bad, and yeah, that was like one of the easiest tournaments I've ever played. Had like I don't know, maybe 100 players, but a really easy tournament, and really bad players in the final table as well. So it was nice. And of course, Poker iMania, when you create the account through Poker iMania, you can enter like this free roll, which we had on Sunday. Last Sunday we had one. It had 150 euros guaranteed prize pool, and the winner gets free private coaching. And it had only actually 5 participants. So, and 2 of those were sit out and didn't play a hand. So basically there were 3 of us. I played it myself. There were 3 of us, and 150 euros. So I actually won that, and that's why I'm offering the private coaching next Tuesday. So if a random member had won that, then they would get free private coaching basically whatever Tuesday they want, and from whoever coach they decide. But now that I won that, then I get to do the coaching and choose the player. haven't tried opening like NL20 plays. There's like a few times I've seen two players in there waiting, but they soon leave after no one else goes in. So there's like probably a small chance to start up NL20 plays, just putting up tables and waiting for people to appear. But I haven't tried that yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and flat call here with aces. We're really deep and three-way. And we have basically the nuts. So I don't want this to go check, check, check on the turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet here. I'm gonna bet big as well. And I think HNTM might have like kings or queens or something like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and bet big and make it look like I'm trying to steal the pot and make him like really bluff catch me for a big pot, which he did. And I'm pretty sure he had like kings or queens. Let's see. Oh, he had ace deuce. Well, yeah, basically pretty much the same. So he slow played it, and while doing so he had to call me. He couldn't fold after slow playing, so here we get the 6, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bet. Checking behind is also fine, but yeah. In that KK king hand, what would be your bottom range to call that shove? I think it was against the smaller stack player who shoved in the 9-8-7 board or something like that. So yeah, if I had like ace 9, 10 9, well, basically any 9, I think I would call that. It was a smaller stack, so maybe €2 stack, or the shove was only €2 or something. So yeah, I'm calling it pretty light, because I think he's gonna shove it really light as well. Any 10, any 9, any any pair plus draw and stuff like that. Oh, that's a nice tip from Api, who says that in Blaze Poker the count for players means entries, so when you open 24 tables it shows as there were 24 players in those tables. So it's a nice way to kind of trick people into coming to play NL20. So yeah, I might try that later. small bet like that, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call with my overcards. Yeah, now we hit the ace, so it's really hard for me to fold anymore. Well, now I'm gonna fold if he just bets. But we get to showdown, so it's all good. This guy min raised from the under the gun, and I raised him and he called. The board is really bad for me, I think, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it. Fold my ace king. Actually, that's pretty light open. I don't like that. I don't know why I opened that. So yeah, if it were like ace 5 suited, I would like it a lot more. Playing this deep against the min raise, I'm just gonna go ahead and flat here, flat call. And this kind of board is nice for me to raise if he c-bets, which he does. So I'm gonna raise it, and I have a lot of good cards coming on the turn. With, well, deuce is not a good card for me. So I don't know if that's a great card for me to keep barreling. I'm gonna check here. And queen, probably not a good card either, because now he might just call me off with ace 10 as well. I was looking forward to like a king or a jack or even an ace or a spade. A lot of those kind of cards. So I'm just gonna, yeah, go to showdown and win with my 9 high. So yeah, he had the spade draw. Obviously, if the spade had come, I would have lost some money, but I still think it's okay. From the cutoff, I open pretty much any ace. Vaini asks why I 3-bet ace 3 offsuit from small blind against button 3x open. I think I like to 3-bet a lot when button opens 3x. So there's a lot more to win than with my 3-bet. And I 3-bet from small blind fairly light against like late positions, especially if they open 3x. And then again from the big blind I like to flat those min raises and 3-bet against bigger ones. I really rarely call from small blind against late position raises. So I usually just either 3-bet or fold. Well, there's exceptions, of course, sometimes, but yeah. Mainly I just 3-bet or fold against like a cutoff or the button. I don't think we're gonna get our third bonus game today, unfortunately. really hot here. I think having the door closed so that my son can sleep makes this place really really hot, or this room. Actually, I don't know if I like this call. Had to call 20 cents to get to this pot. Well, it's not bad, but I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze here. But I would like it a lot more if this Voron guy had a full stack. Tin Soldaten, 4 bets basically, so, and 4 bets really small as well, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fold. If he had like 20 euro stack like me, then I might just flat call here, but I'm gonna fold. I was thinking that that guy who 4-betted had like 7 euro stack, so he might be like a fishy type of player. Also, the guy who flat called from the button had like 2 or 3 euro stack, so yeah, he might be a fish as well. And those kind of players usually like to just flat call with a lot of poor hands. A flat call, a squeeze, so that's why I squeezed. I thought that they might just both call with a lot of bad hands. Calling behind is also fine by me. And as you can see, I tend to steal really light from button and small blind, and the reason behind that is I think a lot of people or a lot of players tend to fold way too much, and I use from the button I steal with the min raise, which makes it easy for me to raise very large range, and steal with or makes the steal really cheap. Also from the small blind I like to steal a lot as well. Well, I deposited 500 euros here to 24H Poker. I think it was like 3 weeks ago or something, or a month ago. Haven't played that much because it's summertime and my family's home. So I have like a few days a week that I can play, and only like maybe 2 or 3 hours a day, so it makes for like maybe 6 hours a week which I can play, so it's really not that much. But yeah, I deposited 500 euros and now I have just over 700. And yeah, I've been playing mostly like NL10 Blaze and normal tables, and when playing normal tables I usually take like 3 NL10 tables and 3 NL20 tables or something like that, if there are such tables available. And yeah, also tried a few tournaments and did really well. I won one tournament for 100 euros, I think it was. And yeah, basically noticed that the players playing these small tournaments with small guaranteed pots are really bad players. So big guaranteed pots don't necessarily mean there's a lot of, or let's say that small guaranteed pots doesn't necessarily mean that there's not going to be any fish playing. So yeah, there's definitely, even like in 100 euro guaranteed tournament, there's a lot of fish, and there's not that many players playing that tournament, so might be like 50 players and like 30 to 40 fish players, so it's really nice with the tournaments here. Also, there's like really nice free rolls here. For example, there's one free roll going on right now. I can show it to you. Daily free roll for 300 euros, which is really nice for a free roll. And 50 euro free roll, Omaha. Well, of course the player pool is huge in those free rolls, but anyways, it's free money if you get like far in the tournament. And yeah, as you can see here, the tournaments, they're like kind of small guaranteed pots, 100 euros, 100 euros, 75 euros, 400 euros. But as you can see from the player pool as well, there's really a lot less players than in other networks such as Stars or whatever. So there's 400 euros guaranteed rebuy tournament, and there's only 40 players playing it, so it's really nice. So yeah, you can see those player pools over here. So I personally love playing smaller tournaments because, first of all, I've had my fair share of running in a huge tournament with like 40,000 players or whatever, and running to 16th place and winning a few $100 when the winner would have had like $30,000 or something like that. So yeah, these days I really prefer smaller tournaments with a smaller player pool, and the fishy players are a really nice bonus as well. So I think I'm gonna just sit out after this. There we go. Yeah, Veini has a point there. I missed a nice bluff spot, or yeah, I would have got the chop to fold. But anyways, a few more hands and then I'm gonna call it quits. I think this is, yeah, this is the last hand. There we go. And in the end I'm gonna show you the Rakeback system that we have in 24H poker. So after every session you can redeem your 30% Rakeback, and it happens by going to my account and my loyalty points. So as you can see, I would like to redeem max loyalty points. So I got 81 points from that session, I think, or yeah, at least I have 81 points here that are cashable, and you can cash them at every 30 points. So now I get like, so every 30 point loyalty points are $1 Rakeback, and now I have 60 points, so I get $2. So redeem, yes please. And that makes €1.47 instantly to my bankroll. So yeah, that's really nice system, especially if you're grinding your way up through the limits in normal tables or whatever. So getting that Rakeback instantly is a really nice way to boost your bankroll. So we made about one buy-in in that session of 1.5 hours. Actually, to be specific, we made €9 and 53 cents, I think. So yeah, €9.50, basically one buy-in. So yeah, that was a nice session. Been a while since the last time I spoke English, so sorry if I had to think my words through in a few spots. And speaking English, I noticed that I had to concentrate more on my speaking, and took some concentration away from playing. So basically, when I'm speaking English, while playing, I'm playing a bit worse, I think. But all in all, I'm kind of satisfied about this session, and yeah, so check that next Tuesday's spot if you want free private coaching or public private coaching. Then check it out. It's gonna be next Tuesday, and you can apply for it, and I'll just choose whoever, or check the applications, and then I'll choose the person who I'm gonna coach. And check our YouTube channel as well. So yeah, thanks for the nice comments, and it's Zanfess from Poker Imania. See you next Tuesday. Bye bye.